What's happening, folks? Welcome back to Celtic Fans TV. It is the post-match pint live from Malone's Bar in Glasgow. I've got Callum with me. What a night to make your post-match pint debut, mate. It finished Ferencvaros 2, Celtic 3 in Hungary. Thanks for bearing with us with the technical hitches there. We should be live now. You can get your comments and ask your questions in the live chat box. We'll try and pick out any good ones as we go through as well. Technology permitting, of course. Callum, what a game tonight, first of all, but what a big victory for us.
Fantastic. It sums tonight's performance up. We don't often see Celtic get many away victories in Europe, so we'll take it. It's a game that I feel that we've battered Ferencvaros, and it actually favours them, and they've only lost 3-2. We could have got so many more goals tonight, but I'm happy with the performance that we've had in it. I thought we were outstanding. We'll obviously get to all the goals, and obviously the goals that we conceded as well that haven't really been from any technical from Ferencvaros. It was quite by our own downfall, giving the ball away twice, but I said we'll get to it. But overall, I'm buzzing. We've got European football at whatever stage that's in, whether it's in the Europa League or it's in the Conference League. I don't really care, because right now we're guaranteed Christmas. After Christmas we've got football, European football, so buzzing.
Aye, that's massive for us, and we're in with a fighting chance. Still in with a fighting chance at the last 32. Betis get beat at Leverkusen tonight, so we're still in with a fighting chance, as I say, but as you rightly say as well, we've got the back up of the Conference League there after Christmas now. I thought tonight we were so dangerous going forward. We're a real threat. It's in such contrast to the game against Livingston at the weekend. But when you go away in Europe, you always want to get a good start in the game. And we got that tonight. Abada's right on the poor touch for the defender, robs him, gets in, and I thought he's forcing himself wide, but he digs the pass out to Kyogo. Kyogo takes the touch, turns, finishes. Brilliant.
Aye, fantastic goal. I actually think Abada probably gets a little bit fortunate that cause I don't think he puts the right pass into Kyogo.
It's almost behind him, innit?
Aye, but Kyogo's so good right now that he just knows where to be at the right time. And it's not even that. From that point, he actually gets the ball, and he still has a lot of work to do. He's still got nearly 2 defenders to beat, plus a goalkeeper. So he's having to do a lot of work. The way that he turns and then drops his left shoulder and goes right, and then just puts the ball through the defender's legs, and he puts it in the corner where Bogdan can't get anywhere near it. It's a fantastic goal, and it's goals that we've seen actually this season. You can think of some European games. Obviously AZ Alkmaar comes to mind. We get the goal so early. So tonight when we got the first goal, you're feeling right, Celtic, let's go and get the second one and really just bury this game, take it away from them. And it's a perfect start that you can ask for to put obviously the fans down a little bit. Obviously the atmosphere was obviously really good for Ferencvaros, hostile place to go, no Celtic fans in the ground. So for us to go and get a goal in the first 3 minutes, you can't even get a better start than that.
Aye, it was a dream start. Not only is this the first live post-match pint, by the way, I've also managed to steal Gavin Strachan's iPad, and that's making its first appearance in Celtic Fans TV as well, so there you go. As ever with Celtic away in Europe though, mate, we get the good start, and then, as you say, that both of the goals kind of come for us being poor in possession. Ralston and Abada getting a bit of a mix-up down the right-hand side. I think Abada, when he first gets the ball, should try and carry it forward, but he turns back, gives it to Ralston, who's being pressed, and then Ralston kind of chips it over. I think Tokmak it is, and then Abada's got a bouncing ball and he just hooks it into the midfield, and we've turned it over really cheaply. Okay, we're unlucky in the end because it loops off Juranovic to go in at the back post, but from our point of view, gave the ball away too cheaply.
From our point of view, it's such a poor goal to give away, especially in European games like this when you're away from home. It's maybe 3-4 minutes prior to that goal leading, we actually invited a lot of pressure on ourselves, and it had a feel of the AZ Alkmaar game, inviting pressure on needlessly. We didn't have to do it to ourselves. I thought we were good at a good start, and as I said, we started giving maybe silly fouls away. We started just loose balls, and that's where it comes from. Our own mistake. They've not cut us open. It's not been a great goal. It's all our downfall, and if we can get that out of our game, which I believe Postecoglou will get it out over the coming months, then we're going to be a great team, because clearly we can score goals. We've managed to score 6 goals in 2 away games in Europe. That's unheard of for Celtic. It doesn't really happen. We're still getting an away game, obviously away to Leverkusen, but yeah. The goal comes from obviously a bit of pressure for Ralston, feeds it into Abada, and you're probably looking for Abada where just if he's got a bit more experience, he probably deals with it in a better way. He's 19, he's young, he's going to make mistakes, and the first mistake he does is he really gives the pressure to Turnbull and fires a ball into him. It's over the top, and then Turnbull overstretches for it. They obviously, I think it is Tokmak that ends up taking it over. They obviously go and hit us, goes out to our left side, and Juranovic is unlucky. He's stretched for that. He's a right back playing left back. That's where we are as a club right now. Where the left back's injured. He goes for it, and it's just a freak goal for Celtic to lose. And how many times do we lose freak goals in Europe? It's quite a Celtic thing to lose goals like that. And it's painful to watch when you do such a good start and you get into the game and you find yourself in front. It's so needlessly to give goals like that away, because it just encourages more pressure. The fans get on top of your back. But what Celtic showed tonight was character. They showed so much character in that game. And nobody can doubt this team, and they will have blips. They'll have draws like Livingston at Parkhead. This is just it's not even 6 months into Postecoglou's career at Celtic, but is he 4 months in? Yeah. And he's getting results like 4-3 away to Betis, which I feel like we should have got something out of the game. We went 1-3-2 away in Hungary. It does not happen. It's very rare.
The big thing for me tonight is that all night going forward we looked really dangerous. I'm blown away by how well this Celtic team is counter-attacking. I thought again tonight, so often in a counter-attack, it looks like we're going to make something happen every time we go forward. That hasn't always been the case for Celtic teams away from home in Europe. Not at all. We go back in front, and it's Jota cutting inside. There's almost zero backlift. He's got 3 defenders round about him, digs out a great strike, takes a wee nick off the defender, goes in off the post. But a great piece of play, and I thought Jota tonight, what an entertainer.
Aye. He was outstanding, and even in the first leg he was outstanding, and obviously Ferencvaros must have obviously looked at him as a target man, and you could see it sometimes when he got the ball out left that we're actually doubling up on him. But the boy at right back for them had a torrid night. He get battered. He get battered off Jota, and as you say, the goal's just brilliant. It does take a little nicks, the tiniest nicks, but it's still a great goal.
What about that one where he made them?
He actually rolls it through his legs, and he's got 2 players on him, and you just see it, and you can feel it. He's that player that gets you off your seat at Parkhead. 100% that happens. He gets you off. But the little roll over the top of the ball and pegs him, then wins the foul is phenomenal. It's frightening. And I mean, I don't know, but if anybody is watching this that is in the Celtic boardroom that has one way or another, get this boy signed up, because he's been fantastic. He truly has been fantastic. He's been a fresh breath air for Celtic, and you just hope that we go and get him. But the goal's brilliant. He cuts inside, and you're maybe thinking that he's either going to run into a midfielder, but he doesn't. He always finds himself either a pass or he can get a shot, and 9 out of 10 his shots are always on target. And obviously he finds it, and you expect him to go across the keeper to the keeper's left. Yeah. And I think Bogdan actually gets caught out of it because he's surprised that it's coming in. He hits it obviously near post, and as I said, he gets a little bit lucky, a little deflection, but it's not massive. But you take that in Europe, like with their first goal, they get luck off Juranovic, so it's only right that we get a little bit of luck as well away from home.
They get proper luck, because that was a cross that ended up getting at the back post.
Exactly.
Jota's strike was goal bound anyway. But even after that, I thought we're still streaming forward on the counter. Turnbull was the 1-2 with Kyogo, where Turnbull ends up putting it over. I thought we looked comfortable. As you say, the game goes on with 3-2. Few minutes to go, you're panicking again. It's Celtic away in Europe. You know that we're going to have it would never be easy, and it's no Celtic if it was easy. But I think over the piece tonight we actually were comfortable. And the front three, all of the front three, get on the score sheet tonight. Abada included, but Kyogo Furuhashi. Every week I think I can't love him anymore. That performance tonight, brilliant.
I don't know how many more words we can keep giving this guy. He is infectious. And do you know what? Fair play to Postecoglou, because he's got this one. He's got this one totally right. A lot of managers bring in maybe 15 players, 10 players. They bring in so many when there's such a big change. But there's not been that many that he's brought in that haven't not worked. They've all seemed to work, but Furuhashi is just a diamond of a player. He's at the right age. He's at the right club. Everything's just right now, and also a lot of people were frustrated when he was on the bench against Livingston, and you see why. That's frustration, because when you're away in games like this, he wins you games. Obviously he gets his goal tonight, superb, and then he gets a brilliant assist. It's honestly outstanding, the football that this boy can play.
We're going to come to the third goal now, mate. One of the benefits of being live is that if you muck up a phrase, it gets picked up straight away in the comments, you know, didn't you? A fresh breath there. I think there's a few of them in the pitch tonight. But we get the third goal straight after, well, not long after half time. 51 minutes, I think it goes in. But David Turnbull, my God, he shows you something you don't really associate with him. He loses the ball, but he chases back against Tokmak, shrugs him off it, wins it back, gives it into McGregor. McGregor gets it to Kyogo, and as you say, it's a dream pass. It's in between the centre half and the full back, but it's so perfectly weighted that Abada just has to come on it, meet it, finish it across the keeper. Again, brilliant.
Aye, it's just signature Postecoglou. That's what he promised all the fans when he came in. He says that he's going to get football like that. You look at it, and the goal will get overlooked, of course, by Furuhashi's brilliant pass into Abada, and it's a great finish. But we just need to talk about David Turnbull for a minute, and a lot of people get on his back, me included. I can obviously be negative of him sometimes, but he loses the ball and we're sitting watching it and we're getting frustrated because you're wanting him to do a little bit more with it. How good does he do it? He run back, get the ball, actually tackle the boy, get him off, get his head up, look for a pass, playing a brilliant pass, and as you say, it goes to Kyogo, and it's just a brilliantly worked goal from a defensive position of recovering back because we lose the ball on the counter and they're going to counter us. He goes and wins the ball back, and it's brilliant. Furuhashi's, it's just a brilliant pass, and that's what you get. As I said, he's at the right age. He's mature. He's sensible. He knows how the game works, and that's what we were promised when we signed him. Even Iniesta was telling us that he just knows where to go. He knows the runs or he knows the pass, and that's what you're starting to see with him. The pass is just it's brilliant. A lot of players, what they'll do is they'll overhit it, and the goalkeeper will either get it or they'll just let it run out for a goal kick. It's so perfectly laid for Abada that there's only one option that he can do, and it's put it across the goalkeeper, and it's exactly what he does. And I thought Abada was maybe hot and cold tonight. Sometimes you're wanting him to hold the ball a little bit better, or maybe not cut in as much. You're wanting him to go on the outside a little bit more and just drill a ball across and see what happens. See a defender make a mistake, make a keeper make a mistake. But he gets his goal, and you cannot complain. Away from home, our front three have scored, and there's nothing more that you can want for a Celtic team.
No, brilliant. I want to bring in a comment for Brian Watt, by the way. Turnbull stepped up tonight. Looked like the player we know he can be. I thought over the piece tonight, I know we've just gave him praise for his role in that third goal, but I thought over the piece tonight, David Turnbull was really, really good. His range of passing, he had a brilliant switch to Jota in the second half. Again, set up another attack for us. I just thought he'd done everything you would want of him in midfield for Celtic tonight. Aye,
he was fantastic. I thought the first 45 minutes was obviously kind of us again feeling each other out, seeing who was going to be the more dominant team with the ball. And I don't know if Ferencvaros wanted us to maybe play with it at the back so they could maybe counter us, but as you've seen tonight, it suits us on the counter for us to sit in and counter teams when obviously they open up a little bit. But David Turnbull, I thought second half he really took charge of that game in the middle of the park. Usually it's Callum McGregor that does it all the time. Thought he was a little bit quieter today. He got a little bit more influential and a bit better later the game went on. But Turnbull was brilliant. Also I mentioned Neil Beaton, such a frustrating player at times. I think he gets on everybody's Celtic's backs at times, but he's also got to get praised when he does things right, and I thought he was outstanding, especially in the second half. He done everything right. He made the right tackles. Usually he's always prone to a little foul, and you're frustrated looking, don't make that foul there because you're inviting pressure for the defence. Don't do it. But in the second half, he didn't do it. No. He was brilliant. He only got the ball when he had to get the ball. He played the right passes. He broke up play and held the ball when we really needed to hold it, when they had maybe the 5-10 minute spell of back on top of us. I thought Neil Beaton was outstanding as well.
Aye, he was good tonight. He comes off injured as well. And then McCarthy comes on into the game, so we've actually got problems in that position if Beaton is going to be out for any length of time. Again though, I thought we could even have had up one or two more. I thought we were comfortable in the game. We lose that second goal and it's poor because we've actually got a chance to counter again. I think it's Johnston and McGregor, and then Johnston just gets stuck under his feet, turns over the ball, and to be fair, it was a good strike for the Ferencvaros player. He uses Ralston as a marker to just bend it round. Hart can't get there, and you're just panicking because there's a few minutes to go. It's Celtic away in Europe that we might be clinging on, but I thought we were all right in the last few minutes. We managed the game well at that stage.
Well, what more do you want for a Celtic team, Paul, that entertains you, keeps you on your toes, and that's what Celtic do. Again, it's another goal that comes from a mistake. That shows you how in charge we were of this game, this football match tonight, that Ferencvaros never once cut us open and you go, do you know what, hands up, it's a great goal. It's us giving the ball away, and it's Mikey Johnson, another younger player in our team. He obviously gets the ball stuck and he doesn't really get his feet out properly and he ends up tripping himself up. Ferencvaros overturn it, take it, and then they punish us. They put the defence under needless pressure again. So there's the 2 goals tonight that they conceded that have been our fault. You can think back to so many goals. AZ Alkmaar with Joe Hart. There's so many times where we've lost needlessly goals that don't have to happen. That is actually surprisingly that we're still 6 points. We're guaranteed European football after Christmas. Is a very good marker for where we're heading in the right direction. Yeah. We are making mistakes. Who doesn't? Every team's going to make mistakes, but the fact is we can make mistakes and still win 3-2 away from home. That shows you what sign and what direction this football club's going under Postecoglou.
Aye, it's good progress. 6 points, 4 games in. It's a damn sight better than we did in the Europa League last season. Tell you that. Anthony Sermani's saying Juranovic was top class tonight. We talked about him during the game, mate. I thought he was good tonight. I actually think, I know he's only played a couple of games at right back, but I kind of prefer him at left back, rightly or wrongly.
Aye, I thought Juranovic, he's a very cool, calm player, especially at times. The fact that he can play left back helps us out massively, because I think he's a better right back in the left back position than any of our left backs in left back position. I think he's better than them all. The fact that he can step inside and control the ball, play his way out, he's very calm in the ball. If that's a Greg Taylor, for example, he's going to panic a little bit more with it. But I thought Juranovic was solid tonight. He's obviously unfortunate with the goal. I think he get given the own goal as well, which is so unfortunate because it just hits his leg and obviously over Joe Hart. But overall, it was a good performance from our defenders. That people need to remember. Welsh came in tonight, and obviously people aren't maybe going and saying him, and he gets booked early on. He does get a yellow card early on. For someone so young to show that composure, calm, to get booked so early on, and obviously then to lose a goal and it's 1-1, you can lose your head there. You can how many times we've seen it with even more experienced defenders. So big praise to Welsh as well, that he just calms himself down, plays the game. Carter Vickers has been fantastic as well. We'll mention him obviously because he's been a rock. The guy's 23. Looks like he's been around football for the last 20 years. But he's been outstanding since he's came in for Celtic.
Looks like he's been in the gym for 23 years.
Aye, he's massive. But I think he's made the defence that little bit more calmer. He's good with the ball at his feet, and I mean we can play for the back. There's no question that we cannot play for the back. And you look at our away games that we've been to. We've never went to an away venue, not that I can think of, and been battered away from home, which is also a very good sign because notoriously Celtic are horrendous away. I know we've conceded 4 goals in Spain, but we've also scored 3, and again a lot of the goals were all down to ourselves, shooting ourselves in the foot, and that's what we've done tonight as well. But overall it's a win away from home, Paul, and you can't be more happy than that.
No, you've got to be happy with that, and it is a good step in the right direction for us, and really good to get back to winning ways after the weekend, because the weekend was massively disappointing for everybody. Means we can go into that last game before the international break against Dundee with a bit of spring in our step again, something to build on. European football after Christmas though, that is big for us. Whether you think the Conference League might be a bit of a distraction when we get into the second half of the season, and if we're trying to make a go at the title, we'll just wait and see. But it is good progress, and you can really see, as we've covered tonight, that what Ange's doing with this team. As I say, the threat on the counter-attack, the attacking threat that we carry is there for all to see. Alright, we know there's maybe some lapses defensively and some weaknesses there, but I think we're moving in the right direction. He's only had one transfer window. Hopefully that we're already getting linked with some players in January as well, so there's improvements still to be made, but we're going in the right direction.
Oh, massively. Since Postecoglou's came in, he's always told us that he'll play his certain way. It's his style or no style, and if he was to get sacked, he would leave with that style as well. He's not going to change for anybody else, and there's been ups and downs already that people think it's a bit questionable. Can we do this? But Europe tells us that, and it does. It tells us that we're stepping up from the Scottish level. We're stepping up against teams like Leverkusen, Betis, and obviously Ferencvaros that are a much better level than we get tested week in, week out. And he's showing his style, whether it's Dundee United at home or it's Ferencvaros away. He's sticking to the style. As you covered there, in January we'll make more signings. People can obviously moan at the Conference League or whatever, but that at that point that might be Celtic's level right now of where they are in Europe, because let's be honest, when was the last time that we got by the last 32 of the Europa League? It's been since 2003, or something. So it's been a long time. So maybe the Conference League is our level. But what is important is that we have European football after Christmas. Now that can be a bargaining chip to get players in the door in January, saying, look, we still have European football. You can come play there. Hopefully we're still in a title race. We're chasing, obviously, the team at the top down. And with the more experience these players get, the more pressure. You can see a lot of players like Jota, they're getting to know what Celtic is, how Celtic play, and what it means. I mean, a big shout out to the fans that obviously went out there and didn't get into the stadium.
Some of them managed to get in the hospitality, by the way. What an effort.
Aye, fair play to them. But a lot of the fans obviously went to the hotel as well and supported the team, and that shows you where this whole club is going in the right direction. That the fans are united, the team's united. Even not having a ticket, they're still travelling, they're still going there, they're still cheering on, obviously, the boys, and Postecoglou and Callum McGregor come out, obviously, and thank the support before going to the game, which is brilliant as well. There's a real unity there between the team. Last season we never had that, and it just stopped us in so many games. This season you can feel momentum's coming. It's a bit annoying that we have an international break, because it's a great result tonight. Hopefully we go to Dundee and we beat Dundee and get the 3 points, and then there's a break again, but straight away we're back into it again. And we need to get maximum points. And looking at October, I know it was a little bit deflating. I was deflated after Livingston as well, because it's a right good chance that we've slipped up. But we've been the best team that month. If you look at overall all the games, we've picked up more points than anybody else in our league. And then obviously in Europe, we've beat Ferencvaros obviously at home, and now we beat them away. So overall, it's been a really good month for Celtic. Some fans obviously will be frustrated by that and want maximum points. But if you were to tell me that we would get all day points before all the games were played, I wouldn't believe you. Obviously, we Aberdeen away, Hibs away, we had really tough games. So we are going in the right direction massively, and I'm right behind the manager. Of course I am, and I'm looking forward to January to see who he's going to bring in and make this team even better.
I think we're all behind the manager. There's no two ways about that. Before we finish up tonight, I want everybody in the comments to give us their man of the match. There's about 700 of you watching just now, so get it in the comments. Who was your man of the match tonight, and we'll pick one before we go. Callum, Sunday at Dundee. Dundee struggling, obviously, down near the bottom of the table. Would you make any changes to that team that started tonight? Forrest maybe start?
No, I probably wouldn't. No, I probably wouldn't. And it's weird because I said that Forrest should have maybe started tonight, because Abada's been a little bit hot and cold. But I think that go with the team that's played tonight. They're confident. I know sometimes when you come back from a European game that there can be a bit of a hangover, and we struggle with some games, but I just feel like we've got a bit of momentum back after the weekend with Livingston dropping points. I would go with the same team, try and get the game buried early on in the first half if we can go 1 or 2 up, and then you can start taking players off like Furuhashi, obviously, who needs to travel to the other side of the world for the international fixtures coming up.
I'll no sleep.
It'll be tough. It'll be tough. But I start them, get an early lead. Why put pressure on yourself and then bring them on for the last 30 minutes and you're chasing a game? There's no need. Look at what we've done tonight.
I'd have them playing every minute, every game.
We've went away to Hungary and we've managed to score 2 goals in the first half. So you've got no fear going to Dundee. Go and take goals. Obviously, they are struggling. They now, obviously, they won't have Griffiths as well. So you're probably more likely to come up against Jason Cummins up front. I mean, Carter Vickers should find that easy enough when he's coming up against better quality during the week. But also, we need to get a game at a time. We go to that game, and I would start the exact same team that started tonight. I thought everybody played well, and it's a real positive result tonight.
Right, man of the match in the comments. A lot of shouts for Kyogo, a lot of shouts for Turnbull, some for Valston, a few for Juranovic. You know who my man of the match is, don't you? It's Kyogo in it every week. Who's your man of the match, mate?
Has there ever been a split man of the match?
We can split it any way you like.
I'll probably agree with nearly everybody in the comments then, and I'll go Kyogo and Turnbull. Simply, Kyogo's probably got to get it because he gets the goal and then he gets the assist, and the guy's just infectious. He always puts a smile on your face, and he's just a brilliant footballer. He knows the game so well. But Turnbull, again, you just can't ignore what he's done tonight. He strolled the second half. Just a maestro in the midfield. He dominated it. Is it the Jota goal that he pegs the defender and then gives it to Jota? Little moments like that he's setting up players. That goes unnoticed. People don't seem to remember that. But it's the little moments that win you games. And tonight the two of them massively stepped up. So my man of the match would go to both of them.
Aye, absolutely. Can't disagree there, mate. There you go. That's it for the first ever live post-match pint here on Celtic Fans TV from Malone's Bar in Glasgow. like this video, comment your own thoughts below, and please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. We're going to bring you more of these. We want it to be live. We want you guys to be able to interact with us. It's much better for everyone. So click below to subscribe, and we'll see you on Sunday for the game against Dundee. Thank you.